background, truly alarming. This brand new Spanish series just dropped on Netflix called Olympo, and this series, it is kind of like a sports drama behind the scene, and this series centers around, we see all the students, they are like competing for this all high performance in sports, all these people, they're competing, especially the center lead here, Amaya. She is competing in the swimming competition, and we see she is the captain of this team and she has a lot of responsibility. But when she was doing all her training and everything, she learned in this series, just like just doing good swimming is not enough to win the competition. So this series, it is about behind the drama about all the sports, like when you get into this sports college and school, how much competition it is, and like how much you have to be up there. And this series does deal with some other stuff like taking drugs and try to enhance your ability, and all this struggle for all these young people in this series. And before reviewing this series, I see there's a lot of controversy around this series, especially I guess the nudity around in this series, and especially the male actor. I think a lot of people are complaining about that, and after watching this series, wow, this series does have like lot, so like the nakedness. So that is it. So if you have seen this movie called Through My Window, that like that movie, it is the actress, she is the leading actress in this series, Amaya. So if you have seen her in that in that movie, she's always up for this kind of stuff. So this series, a lot of people are like not happy the way it was portrayed here. So that is the main criticism a lot of people are throwing at this. So I personally thought this series story itself, it is quite interesting behind the scene about all these people's struggle. I did like Amaya, her character, her struggle, her struggle to staying on top, trying to do best for a team and everything. Of course, all the other team member, what they're doing, not all the characters are likable here. Sometimes some of the stuff they edit in this series, it sometimes does go into this oak level as like just what. So but does have very interesting premise here, honestly. But some of the stuff it shows you, I guess it's throwing people off. So however, I feel like still this series did bring a lot of interesting idea about behind the scene and everything. While this show is not perfect, as I'm saying, not all the characters are likable. However, some of the performance in this series, it is quite good, that I personally did like the lead here. But I did not like sometimes some of the scene is really over exaggerated. Like I don't know how much this will happen in real life. Although I do know that the sports are so competitive, but these people really go extra length here. I was just there like, wow. Then again, it is their future you're talking here. And some of these people do realize a lot of personal, their conflict and the relationship, how it changes over the series. Again, they are interesting. Like some of this relationship here, it is interesting. Overall, honestly, this series, it is okay. The premise is really interesting. Some of the, I guess, the direction that took here is not very good, obviously. That is what people are complaining about. Is this show story itself is I feel like it is somewhat good. However, though, all the conflict here and there, all the romantic relationship, you have seen them before. So I feel like the relation aspect about this series were not that good, honestly. I was just like, some of these characters are just so whiny and a little bit pathetic. I was like, what? Stop it. But overall, this series, it is an interesting premise. It is keep the audience engaged, especially first few episodes are quite good. Some of the middle episode is a little slow, I thought. However, toward the end, the series does pick up its pace. So overall, I'd say it was a good watch for me personally. Then again, I did point out this show does have some of this fall I mentioned here. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this series? If you enjoyed this review, watch other reviews on the show. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Please take care.